All right, so you found the one. You walk through the door and you can picture yourself in this house. You know exactly where your Christmas tree is gonna go. You know where your couch is gonna fit, what you're gonna put on the walls. It's the one, right? So then what comes next? So you're gonna write an offer on this house, right? And there are so many elements to an offer. It's not just the purchase price. And so what you have to do is strategize what your offer, all of the elements to make it a win-win for you and for the seller. So your negotiation strategy can look a lot of different ways. It depends on, you know, who you are, what you're wanting to accomplish, but it also, you know, it takes into account, has to take into account what you might know about the seller and their situation in order to really find a win-win. I think a lot of people think negotiation means that you're gonna strong arm somebody into giving you something and they're gonna lose and you're gonna win. That's not always the case. The most beautiful deals are where we find terms and come together in a way that is really beneficial for both parties. So there's a couple of things you can keep in mind and things you might want to know. What's the seller's timeline? I think it is important for buyers to think of things from a seller's perspective and vice versa. I think it's very important for sellers to think of things from a buyer's perspective. So knowing seller's timeline, staying realistic. So depending on the market we're in, right? And markets ebb and flow all the time. We're in a different market now than we were 2 years ago. And the market in 2 years will be different than we are today. But given market conditions, just stay realistic for whatever those are, and your agent will guide you on what that is at that given moment and in that given neighborhood. So once you've discussed all of this with your agent and you know all of the different elements that you want to put in your offer, that then gets signed by you and sent officially to the seller or their agent. And let's assume that they get it and they go, oh, yes, this is great, we'll take it. And they sign, then you have a contract, and that is a binding document. And then from that point, there's a whole bunch of timelines that are built into that contract that we have to abide by on the buy side. On the sell side, you're just kind of waiting for the buyer to work through all of their due diligence and the contingency timelines. But once all of that's completed, let's say you're getting a loan and you're working through that as well, then you're marching on to closing. I'm gonna back up just a little bit. So let's say, you know, you send that offer and you're not totally sure of what the seller is gonna wanna see. It's entirely possible that they will counter back with some terms. And just keep in mind, in Tennessee, anything that's on the counter offer changes the original purchase price just on those line items. And if it's not on the very last counter, then it's not a part of the contract. So there's no limit to how many times you can go back and forth between a seller and buyer. So the number of counter offers, I mean, you could have 15. I've never seen it that much. And honestly, I think once you get to like 3 or 4 counter offers, people are just kind of getting worn out by the process. So keep that in mind from showing to negotiations to contract and then to close. There is no 2 deals that are the same. Even if the mechanics are the same on 2 deals, the personalities of people are different. And I think that's what I really enjoy, being able to think outside of the box and figure out a way forward for all parties. So, you know, when you're ready and you're looking for a trusted guide, give me a call.